Hello and welcome to the Poetry of Little Things. My name is Irina and this...
My name is Emma.
and this is Emma. She's 5 years old and she's my youngest daughter. And Emma is shy about speaking in English, but I invited her to be a part of today's contemplation on work. And it's beautiful to have a child's perspective on this. So I asked her some questions and she agreed for me to share the answers with you. And so today I want to contemplate on work. What is work? We spend most of our life doing work, and how do we relate to that? How does that relate to our purpose, to our vocation? What is it we're here to do? So I've asked Emma this question. I asked her, what is it that you love to do? What is the work that you love to do? And she told me, I like to play, and I like to play games, and I like to play games with you. And she said, I don't want to go to kindergarten. I like staying home. She had a fever today, so she was home. And now she became part of my work, my creative work. And she said, I want the teachers to come to the house and teach me here. And they can't stay long because they have to go to all of the other kids' houses as well. And then I asked her, okay, so what is it you think I should do as work? And she said, well, I would like you to not go to an office anymore and stay in front of a screen. I would like you to work in a coffee shop. And I asked her why. Why do you want me to work in a coffee shop? And she said, because you can learn. So she said, well, you would learn to make coffee and with little hearts in them and serve it to the people. So I want to explore that for a little bit, because my experience with work is that work is tedious, it's a burden, it's when you stop playing and begin to be serious, and it's all about competition and achieving a result, so it's all very masculine and goal-oriented in my experience so far. And there is not so much play, there is not so much fun. And I've embodied that belief because that's what I practice throughout all of my schooling experience, in everything that I do. And there is a fair amount of work in our lives. Even if we don't go to an office job, there is always our houses that need cleaning, or dinner that needs to be made, and even parenting can be such a difficult load of work sometimes. So the question is, how do we relate to that work? Is it something that is fun? Is it something that we feel honored to do? Or is it a burden, like it's been in my case for so long, like doing dishes is this chore? And well, I just want to open the space for this contemplation so each of us can find our own answers. I want to dedicate this contemplation to a dear friend of mine. We've had a very beautiful conversation today, and he asked me, why is it that we can't be like children so much anymore? I remember when everything was fun, and why is it, or can we be like that anymore? How would life look if we were doing work like children play, and it would be fun, and it would be the work that we loved? So before I read a beautiful poem that inspires me in my search of what is my work here and how can I relate with that with more playfulness and kindness, I want to share a beautiful quote that inspires me from the teachings of the Gene Keys. Now, this is from the Pearl sequence. I won't go into the details of what that means. I'm just going to share the quote. So these teachings, the Gene Keys, have guided me on my journey, and they've come through the graciousness of Richard Rudd. So, a short contemplation on work. If you love something, then you will always have the enthusiasm and will to become good at it, which is why you should always do what you love in life. As you enter into your pearl sequence, you may feel an inner call to take action. The pearl is contemplation in action. Action that is in harmony with life is action that arises out of the stillness and clarity of perception. We are here to enjoy being, but we are also here to enjoy doing. If we are here to act out a drama, then we might as well give it everything. We might as well choose a character we resonate with, rather than a dull echo of who we always wanted to be. It takes great courage to take the initiative in life. You will have to make some kind of inner and outer leap. So, an inner and outer leap. I know all about that as I am taking my own personal leap into the unknown. I am about to finish my contract with the band that I've been working for. And it's been an intense journey, and I'm ready to step into the unknown and experience what work would look like if it's fun and playful. And there is so much fear around the uncertainty that I don't have any benchmark for this. My parents did hard work, and their parents did hard work all of their lives, and they've carried their burden so gracefully to raise us and offer us everything. So I just need to find new benchmarks. So here is a beautiful poem that I found last summer in my soul search of what work should be and look and feel like. It's called My Work is Loving the World, and it's by a beautiful, beautiful, inspiring poet called Mary Oliver that I love so much. So, deep breath. My work is loving the world. Here, the sunflowers. There, the hummingbird, equal seekers of sweetness. Here, the quickening yeast. There, the blue plums. Here, the calm deep, the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture and the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing since all the ingredients are here, which is gratitude to be given a mind and a heart and body clothes and a mouth with which to shout of joy to the moth and the wren, to the sleepy dug-up clam, telling them over and over how it is that we live forever. Don't you just love that? That we have the mouth to give shouts of joy. I love that. So, I just invite you to take this question into your own creative contemplation, into your own daily living of your own poetry, and just look at how do you relate to work. What is your work? Be it in an office maybe, or maybe a more creative work, maybe it is healing work. Just see where the joy is in that work that you do, and how do you find balance between the sensual creativity and the flow of ideas and the goals and direction that are also needed so we can put our creative work out there, that we can crazy day with people reaching out and all these sounds, and also the silence and the privilege of, for me, being able to be at home today on a Friday and not in an office. And even if I'm relating through a screen, it is with joy and passion. And I'm so grateful to be able to take my children into my work, like Emma wanted to participate today, and go with that flow and work from home and getting unschooled in the matters of life and work. And I want to hear from you. How is that experience for you? How can we together create more of this joyful experience of work? And how can we teach others and inspire others to do the same? Oh, this has proved to be a long one, so if you were bearing with me until now, thank you very much, and just keep in touch for further ramblings and poetry and creative contemplation. Have a beautiful day, enjoying your work. Emma, vrei să spui papa? Come. Emma wants to say bye. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Before I go, I want to share Emma's work from today. This is a drawing she made today of the coffee shop where I would work, and it's called the coffee shop, the wind of the sea, the sea of the wind, and it's got little hearts in it. So here is work at its most beautiful and childish, learning to be astonished. Yeah, good thought to end the day.